my blooming biologists, thanks for coming back again. This clip is going to address specialised cells. So far we've looked at organelles within generalised examples of plant and animal cells. However, in multicellular organisms, it takes a wide variety of cell types that have specific functions to meet the needs of the whole organism. In Module 2, we'll take a look at how cells make up tissues that make up organs that make up organ systems. Firstly, let's think this through. What is cell specialisation? From the cell theory and our scientific understanding, we know that multicellular organisms are made up of 2 or more cells. These cells could have different forms, structure, function, and organisation. But how do cells become specialised? We know that the DNA within the cells determine the expression of the structure and function of the cell. But how this exactly works in cell specialisation is still being explored. However, we know it happens during the process of cellular reproduction that cells become specialised. This differentiation alters the size, form, and structure of the cell, its response, even metabolic activities. Cell specialisation is significant not just for the production of specific cells, but also for the replacement of old and worn-out cells, the prevention of mutations within the DNA, and cell-to-cell communication, allowing appropriate response to stimuli. Now let's consider an example of cell specialisation within plants. Within a leaf, the plant has 4 main types of cells. On the outside are the epidermal cells. They have a function to protect the leaf. They have very few chloroplasts. On the top half, there are palisade mesophyll cells. They're packed with chloroplast. This is because they have high exposure to sunlight, and their long, thin shape allows them to be packed together to maximise light absorption for photosynthesis. The spongy mesophyll layer below has a more spaced out arrangement, allowing for increased surface area for the absorption of carbon dioxide, which is needed for photosynthesis. Within the lower epidermis, there are little holes called stomata. These stomata allow for gases to exchange. These holes are actually surrounded by guard cells, which open during the day and close during the night. Each of these plant cells are made up with the same fundamental organelles. However, the structure and functions of the cells are quite different based on their role within the tissue of the leaf. Within animal cells, there are many examples of cell specialisation, but we're going to look briefly at a couple of examples. Red blood cells come from stem cells in the bone marrow. They have a biconcave shape for higher absorption of oxygen. This allows for a greater surface area. They lack a nucleus to allow more room for hemoglobin for oxygen binding. This is an adaptation. We'll explore adaptations in Module 3 in much more detail. Nerve cells have a long, thin shape to transmit nerve impulses. They have a high number of mitochondria to ensure they have enough energy for those impulses to be communicated. Muscle cells have a high concentration of mitochondria as well, and a spindle shape that's long. This allows cells to carry out their function of contraction and relaxation to produce movement. The mitochondria allows for the muscle cells to generate a lot of energy in ATP to support the high energy need of these cells. Cell specialisation allows for different function and structure and organisation in order to meet the needs of a multicellular organism. Hope to see you next time.